But I feel sick. Truly, truly sick to my stomach. And there are things to be positive about tonight. There are things to praise tonight. There are also things to be exhausted with. There are things to be fuming with. There are elements to want to pull your hair out after. I feel so... I've never had this experience ever as a football fan. Right now, my physical being feels polarized. I feel so polarized as a human being. I don't even know what to do. Genuinely. I feel wrecked. Because let me break this down. Listen, like the video, please share, subscribe, hype it up. I get it was an amazing game for a neutral. I get it. I'm going to start with the positives because there are some, and I don't want to pretend that there's not things to be positive about tonight. I loved how he played football in an attacking sense. I've said all along the attacking element, or I've said on a number of occasions, not all along, that would be a lie. I've said that the attacking element of the game under Amarim doesn't bother me too much. It's more on the players. We get the ball into the right areas, but we have to be more. We have to have more intensity. We have to kill the games off when we get opportunities. The balls into the box have got to come earlier. We've got attacking bunches, maintain intensity, work rate. Often people think attacking football is about ability. It's more so about work rate, repetition. And we did that tonight. Ahmad consistently running at his fullback. Delo, for the opening goal, an early ball into the box. And we should have been 2 or 3-0 up. It was brilliant. And I'm sitting there with a smile on my face going, well, there you have it, boys. You can do it. There were some changes from the manager tonight. We had 3 at the back. But instead of reverting to a back 5 when we went defensive, we went to a back 4. And it kind of threw Bournemouth. They didn't know what to make of it. And it really paid dividends in the early part of the game. And we took the lead, and I was loving it. And then you have the negative side, which is we let up. A mistake from Luke Shaw to begin with, out-muscled. And then I'm not going to go mad at Aiden Heaven tonight, even though he was at fault for 2 of the goals. But he's got to get across and cut that angle off of Semenyo. We made it far too easy. 1-1. And I'm thinking, right, oh, come on, how do we react? Then you get another positive. We reacted brilliantly, went back to attacking, created opportunities, got a corner, scored from it. A little fortuitous, just Petrovic should have saved it. But we go in 2-1 up. And you think, okay, overall, when you review that game, when you look at it, when you break it down, you look at it and you go, excellent first half from Man United. 17 shots. No one's had that many in the first half of a Premier League game. Almost complete control. Real dominance throughout. Yes, there was the brief lapse up with the Semenyo goal. But the response is what you want to see. Maintain the work rate and intensity. We go 5th. That's it. Point blank. No one will convince me otherwise. But 40 seconds into the start of the game, flat. Not staying in shape. Sloppy. And inevitably, we're punished again. It was a mess. The beginning of that second half, and it's a theme with Man United. It's a theme with Ruben Amarim's Man United that we start the second half so badly, so poorly. Then we concede on the counter. I don't think Cash should have given the foul away, but I get why he did. They score from the free kick, and it's the only part of the game where I'm really upset with Lemaines because he made a great save in the first half. In case I forget, he saved us with a goal at the end. But he should do much better from the free kick, but it's 3-2. And I'm sitting there watching it going, hang on a fucking minute. How have we had that performance for the first 50 minutes of the game? That's including injury time. And within a couple of minutes of the second half, we're 3-2 down. Then comes the positive part. And this is why I'm so torn tonight. Because the manager then makes changes that we've all been begging him to make. Bring Mainu on earlier. Does it. Bring Šeško on. Makes attacking substitutions. Goes properly 4 at the back. And we actually play some beautiful football. There was a bit of play where Mainoo's bobbing forward, 1-2s. We're playing beautiful football. We get a rightful free kick. Bruno scores a screamer. What a goal. Was it a minute later? 2 minutes? I don't even know how many minutes later. A minute later, Cunha puts us in front. And I'm sitting there going, yes, this is a United performance to savour. To savour and to hold on to grow from. And then we go back to what we did at the beginning of the second half. We lose our intensity. For me, I tweeted it, just so people can see there's proof that. I just tweeted saying attack, 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 attack. Keep the pressure on. Keep the intensity. But we go to this halfway house of nothingness. Few players pushing up, big hole in the middle. Ball slipped through. Not intense enough. Lose the second balls. Ball slipped in. Lisandro Martinez is asleep. Bang, it's 4-4. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. And then to be honest with you, from it being 4-4 until the final whistle, which was 15 minutes later, I didn't think we were very good. It was almost as if we recovered from one setback in the first half to go 1-1. We recovered from being 3-1 down to go being 3-2 down to be 4-3 up. And then when it went 4-4, there was nothing left. We had one good attack. And I think there's two people at fault here. I think Bruno overhits the final ball. But I also think Šeško has got to just gamble on that. Gamble the ball's going to go across, and he doesn't. And it annoyed me. And look, Lemon saved us at the end. A really good save, but we were just not at the races enough. And as I say, when I say I don't know how to feel, I mean I don't know how to feel about the whole game. Nothing's changed in my mind about Ruben Amarim. I don't think he's the guy. And in some respects, some people are going to think I'm being harsh here. But watching him make the changes he did tonight, watching him go for at the back, make the attacking substitutions, it makes me a little angry about the Everton game. It makes me angrier about the West Ham game. Because we could have done it then. And maybe this 4-4 draw doesn't feel as bad because you won those matches. But at the end of the day, we're trying to get back into Europe. We're trying to progress as a team. And we've thrown away a 1-0 lead, a 2-1 lead, and a 4-3 lead at home. It isn't good enough. And I spoke about this at the end of the last game, one of the last games that we played. And I spoke about how our defensive shape is such a problem. It's such a problem. We cannot keep goals out. And a lot of people don't want to... A lot of people don't want to talk about it because they think, this is what I said on the 8th of December. Thank you for sending it through to me. Amarim's defensive setup is an absolute disgrace at the moment. The shape is all over the place and leaves United far too easy to play through and punish. And once again, that was a vile first half for Man United. As much as the players have been poor, Amarim is blunting the sword again. And I feel like that. And maybe blunting the sword is the wrong expression because that would mean you're blunting the attack. I don't mind the attack. I've always felt that the manager's job is to get the ball near the opponent's box and then it's down to the players to deliver. We just can't defend. We really, really can't defend. Because when you actually look at the table, we sit 6th in the table, which is frustrating now when we should be in 5th. We've scored 30 goals. We're the second highest goal scorers in the league. The second highest goal scorers in the league. We have as many goals as tabletop as Arsenal. It's only City on 38 with more goals than us. But we've conceded 26. To put that into context, you have to go down to, ironically, Bournemouth in 13th. And then you have to go down to Leeds in 17th for a team whose defence is as bad. And your defence is so much more about your shape. So much more about the positioning. So much more about your bottle. So much more about your work rate. And we don't have it. And that's why I'm gutted tonight. Because we should have won that game. And the problem is, that's been 3 home games on the bounce now that I truly believe we should have won. Either having a 10-man advantage for most of the game, being we are a better team than West Ham, and the leads that we had and the domination that we had in the game, that should be 7 more points. And I don't care what rivals say. Yes, it should be. And this goes back to prove something. Because you're all laughing, rivals, but yet you're the same guys that go, oh, if buts and maybes ain't part of football. It is. It's because of the if buts and maybes here why I'm fuming at this team, why I'm so angry at Ruben Amarim. Because we should have 7 more points. We should be sitting there on around 33 points. That's where this team should be, but it isn't, because the manager made stupid decisions in the majority of those games. These players don't have bottle. They do not have an arse. They do not have the courage enough at times to see through adversity. When we went 4-3 up, Man United have got to go on a win from there at Old Trafford. It's so disappointing again. Look, I want to get your views. I want to get your opinions on this. I am just broken tonight. Absolutely broken at this. It hurts. It really, really hurts. It really hurts. Man City fan here says just delete the club. Listen, let's wait to see the 115 results before we start talking about deleting clubs. You literally might have your history deleted soon. But yeah, look, yeah. Get Bruno out. I mean, if you think... Sorry, where's that gone? Where's that gone? Where's that gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? If you think Bruno Fernandes was a problem tonight, please do one. Please. Again, least of our issues tonight of all nights. But yeah. I just... knackered. Terry, talk about the biased referee against United again. Look, I actually mentioned message at the KJ in the first half. I feel like there's sometimes fouls when as soon as our players get physical in games, they always get blown up. I also don't understand how Semenyo can grab someone by the throat. I thought that was a red card offence. It is when Casemiro does it. Hang on a minute. No Bournemouth robbed in the title. If that was another club, you would have 100% been in the title. That Bruno goal shouldn't have been a free kick. It was handball. With the same handball he gave against Kobe Manu a few minutes later. Get the fuck out of here saying that wasn't a handball. Fuck me, Pink. Ah, you silly fucking... Fuck off. What are you talking about? It weren't handball. Nonsense. Behave yourself. Listen, there's so much you could have a go at Man United for tonight, but you're moaning about a free kick that was. Fuck me. Fuck me. And even if it wasn't a handball, even if it isn't, what do I say about calling out the referees? If it's a decision that cannot be interfered with by VAR, I'll let it go. Consistent with that, aren't I? So do one. Honestly, go. Aulia. There we go. I don't care if it's his shoulder. I don't care. VAR can't get involved. It weren't a penalty. Move on. Said it before, say it again. You guys have watched me long enough to know that. And it's only the dullards and the dickheads and the brain dead that say anything about it. But look, as I say, absolutely gutted with everything tonight. And there'll be some people that'll have a far more clearer thought of mind than me, and that is fair. But right now, I just feel broken.